I don't think we'll see 39 Elim games. We won't see 4-man splits going to the finals. That's the winning strategy right there.
All right, well, thank you very much, Blank. It is time now to send it over to some of the big boys. Once again, on the caster desk, it's more games here at PMWC.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Blank. Very exciting seeing everyone start to set things up with how it's going here, Dukes. The day, of course, already raging on. 2 of our battlegrounds played out and another spectacular one just on the horizon off the back of what was a monumental clutch. I'm hoping everyone tries to raise the bar of their own individual level to match that.
They're going to need to, that's for sure, right? I mean, IDA did exactly what needed to happen to put them in the running, right, for top 5. They're still not there yet. I mean, there's still more to do, but you know what? Hopefully they can do it in style, and you guys can do it in style with that new Yangon Galacticos Champion Ancient Charm set. See if you can get that thing in game. I saw the players wearing it the other day, and I was like, I want some of that, right? I need some of that in a couple XL.
Oh yeah, man. If we can get 2 of them. But don't worry, we'll get you a tight one that fits nice. We'll get you looking fresh.
Fitted, baby. Straight fitted. And I'll tell you what, IDA are looking fitted to put themselves into that top 5. We'll see if that can happen. The rest of these teams in these lobbies need to go absolutely insane. There's only 4 matches left here.
Yeah, dude, it's gone by so quick today, especially, right? It feels like we've just whizzed through these games. Well, whizzed, probably rather than rizzed. Some of the players have been risen.
Oh, yes, they have. Yes, they have. They're looking good, man, as here we go into the second Erangel match here for Group B. Let's see if the zone's going to be finally kind here in this game, right? I think we need at least 1 normal Erangel circle when it comes to this group.
Is that what you want?
Just 1.
All right, watch this. You ready?
Yeah.
Wait, you just wait. When you see the zone, you're going to be blown away.
Okay.
I'm calling it right now.
You had the crystal ball when I came to GOAT, right, before. Let's see if Jackie's got it locked in now. If this thing goes to Zarky, I'm going bananas.
Just wait, man. The anticipation is all going to be worth it. Trust me, Jukes. It's going to be the most revolutionary zone you've ever seen.
Okay. All right. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I know a lot of these teams are ready for it here. As I'm looking at that top 5, now that cutoff being 73 points. That is a huge jump down to 7th place. What is that, 24-point difference? That is a chicken dinner minimum just to catch up. And that's if these teams do nothing. Yeah. Okay, so it's looking mighty solidified here. But we've seen crazier things happen, that's for sure. As we're going to see Vitality, out towards military base early, as always.
The classic set up from a fair few of our squads, because the playing path at least has been favorable for them. What about that zone, though? All right. Could have been way worse.
That's still gross, though.
It could have been way worse, though. That's what I'm saying. But what we're working with here, like 45% water? Like 35?
It's still a nasty circle. I mean, this is really like one of the worst spots because of the fact that you have to make that bet, right? Like, you go to the mainland, you go down to military base, you try to hold that that bridge just in case the zone goes in another direction. Vitality don't care. Like I said, they've done so much, so many points, so they can do whatever they want, you know? But for teams in the mid-pack, it's not good. It isn't, because this is not one of those circles that's like, oh, I got zone blessed and now I'm going to get 30-point game. Yeah. It's like, we're just going to try to make it to endgame here.
You're gambling on it of just like, okay, do we stay there? Do we go back to the mainland? Which one do we pick? We're just going to get stuck on a bridge again?
Ugh. I wouldn't even know if I want a bridge fight. What do you do here? I'm really trying to crunch my brain and think, you know what? I think the best strategy here is to go in game and get the brand new Naruto skin. I think that is what you're gonna do first, right? Get that Nine-Tails Fury, Og, and that way I'll look good, right? And once I'm going and get that skin, then really think, what do I do in this game? As we're gonna see Ida get that loot truck from Pachinki. Loot trucks really have changed the game here, the whole meta. They've really allowed a lot of these spots that used to be a little bit rougher when it came to loot now be absolutely stacked. Because I'm thinking, if the coaches had to tell these teams, Jackie, you have to win the game.
Yeah.
If you want to make it to the finals, it's win the game. Otherwise, just good luck, right? So what do we do here in this scenario? What position, if you were a team, where would you put your squad in to try and get that 20-point game? You go in mainland, you go in military, you taking bridge? What are you thinking?
I think Gambleware's probably a little bit safer right now to just set up mainland, like you say as well. Like the blessing of the loot trucks right here. If they get something good out of this, I'm sure we'll catch vision at some point of what they actually got, right? You get some high-tier loot straight away. You can just coast early game. Cut out a load of that like early looting time and actually fight a bit more with an advantage. I'm thinking it from the angle if they've just got to carry on from where they left off. Squads like that sort of take that Eda mindset of trying to push your limits further. Run some risk, bro. You get some high-tier loot, get in there, start scrapping, see if you can squeeze elims, bully some of the lobby. You know effectively at this point, like you're kind of middle of the pack. You're not really going to fall that far down. The bottom side's so low. Slipping out of survival is going to be hard.
Yeah.
So you might as well risk it.
You have to, and I think this is the game to risk it. You know, I think that at a certain point, I think here it's all risk, for sure. As we get into the Miramar matches, then it's like, all right, maybe we got to play a little conservative just to make sure we don't fall in the bottom three if you're that low. But here's one of those games where you gotta shoot for the moon, right? Try to get that top three finish. I think if you're gonna go down a spot, I think you go Ferry Pier, that Ferry Pier hill, right behind the gas station. If you take that spot there, it gives you a lot of control of the zone. You can hopefully maybe even catch some third parties. And it looks like Ida, of all teams, is going to take that spot. So they're saying, you know what? We're one of the squads that definitely could make it a top 5. And I mean, by one, I mean the only one, right? They're the only one really in the run for top 5 here due to that last game. And they're going to control this hill, which I think is an excellent spot in the zone.
And it works out pretty cerebrally for them as well, right? Because obviously you come in, like you say, get that loot truck, arm yourself a bit earlier, that gets cut out some of the additional time they'd have to waste, sort of slowly slogging along, getting themselves better firepower and ammunition to work with. If they run into another squad, maybe they do just take that encounter head on. It's a good call. It was a great last game, and you could see they were all fired up in celebration as well. Big stage like this, Duke, sometimes the paranoia gets to you.
Yeah, it does.
But they certainly rise to the occasion, man.
They have rise to the occasion, and they did it in just such insane fashion. A crazy 1v3 to end things up, to get the chicken dinner, the dub, and put them in the running here. It's so insane. I mean, job's not done yet. I mean, Godlike have been playing phenomenally today. That's going to be a hard one to catch. And we heard it there from the desk, right? Out of all the teams in the top 5, they were talking about Hora just being like, yeah, I mean, they are consistent. They're up there, but out of all the teams, I think they're the ones that's the most shaky right now, at least when it comes to trying to let Ida catch up to them. So I think if you are Aura, if you're any of the teams in top 5, you obviously want to shut that conversation down right here. But with a circle like this, it's not going to be easy, that's for sure.
A team that was towards the bottom side coming into the start of the day was 721 GS, but they've rose massively, fighting hearty into these games and still being able to squeeze out a decent number of elims to rise up the ranks. Fair few points between them and slipping back into the bottom. Obviously the surprising factor there, Tianba. Didn't think that's where we'd be seeing them, Jukes.
Oh my gosh, I can't, that's like, for me, the most frustrating thing in this lobby is seeing Tianba in... I mean, I don't even want to say it. I mean, they are in bottom 3 right now. I mean, I don't want to believe it, you know, and in if this was any other year, I'd be like, I'm not worried, you know, like it's Tianba, they're for sure not going to be blah, 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 you know, but what has happened with Alpha 7, you know, is making me very scared, you know, because there wasn't a world, I would have put the whole house on saying that Alpha 7 were for sure making a final in 2 international events, and they haven't done that yet. So, yeah, Tianba, please get it together, please.
Yeah, we need to see some sort of change. Again, that'd be a prime example of a squad that probably could, if they lock in right here, right now, game like this, right, run the risk. It's not looking great as it is anyway. If you can completely flip that around with a big result, get some points in, bro. The other teams drop down below you. We know they've got the firepower for it, Jukes. It's just gone quiet.
Silly quiet. I mean, for them to even be close to bottom 3 is insane, and the fact that they're sitting there right now is wild. I mean, they're not that deep down. I mean, it's only 2 points away from dopeness and about 9 points away from 9th place. So it's not the scariest position to be in, but you know, you don't like to see it regardless. Next zone, let's just see how toxic it's gonna be. Are we gonna get a crazy shit? Okay, yeah, it does go perfectly up to that mainland. So that bet from Ida, right? I mean, this is the perfect zone shift for them.
It's worked out brilliantly. Opening game plan so far uncontested. Sped up a lot of their looting, found themselves a good position that's still very central as well. 72-1 GS once again. They've been a bit of a dark horse of being able to squeeze eliminations and bully some of the squads that are massively above them in the standings. And that little nip, make it harder, take out some of these players so that you can try and climb. That's helping not only them, but potentially a few of our other squads as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's the teams you got to take out here, guys, right? I mean, at a certain point, I mean, I'm not going to say at a certain point. It's literally this point now. Like
right now.
The mid teams need to hunt down the top squads. Like, you need to have the coaches should be talking to these mid-pack teams, analyzing their drops. Now, I'm not necessarily saying hot drop, but have a good idea of where they move rotationally. Try to gatekeep them on try to catch them out on a drive in somewhere. You got to do something to slow them down, because just hoping that they don't perform is just not good enough. You got to make your own luck. You got to find a way to make something happen. Unfortunately for Tianba, they lose a player on rotate, so they're going to be stuck with 3 here in order to get into that end game. And now QZZ gets knocked out by Ida. This is worst case scenario for Tianba. They're going to hold the warehouse here, not the worst spot. It's one of those spots that you hard commit to. Are they not going to get this res? Oh, brutal. And that just shows the urgency from Ida, right? They're like, we need every single point we can get.
Yeah, that's absolutely hellish for them immediately as well, right? If we're saying these kind of games where, yeah, as much as it's not barren, bottom of the bottle, not feeling like you can completely get back into it, another game goes by, suddenly you're looking at 3 matches left. If they remain in this position with their squad already falling down to only 2, and especially if you're feeding those points to a rising squad like Ida, this can't be happening.
Dude, I'm getting flashbacks, guys, and I don't like it. I don't like remembering Alpha 7 being like, hey, all right, another bad game, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden, boom, they are knocked out. You could just see the look on the players' faces and just not looking too happy at all. Coaches from Young Galacticos are locked in right now. They're in 8th place, 47 points. And again, that is quite a few away from that mid-place position. So yeah, if you're Young Galacticos, you're in the blue zone now. Hunting down some of these squads might be beneficial because you need a ton of eliminations. Let's see if they can find them, though, as Dopeness end up battling it out with Team Vitality. Razak throwing the Molotovs in there. Lupa on fire, and he's gonna burn, baby, burn. And that's Dopeness losing one of their players here.
Dopeness trying to clash back. Eyes on the Wizard's Tower. Razy goes up top to make sure they can hard flush onto Lufa. No recovery mission, but Nikita has other ideas in mind. Nearly gets up the stairs, but Razak's quick with it. And a buckshot's dispatched them. Head on a swivel as well. Finds Ken G, 1 by 1. Dopeness very quickly falling to the wayside. Nice pick up there, Dukes. They can save their mate as well. This is a bit surprising, though. S2G hard commit onto the Godlike crew, and they're gone.
Wow, what a huge finish for the side of S2G. This is their chance now. S2G's got to go for the win. Godlike getting shut out earlier is perfect for them because they are right there. 4th place, 5th. Not a crazy point gap going up from them. So 75 points is where they're staying. That's the goal to catch up to. Big opportunity. And you know Ida saw that. You know Aura saw that. You know Young Galactica saw that. So let's see what they could do in this game. And now with Dopeness getting eliminated earlier, Tianba are like, all right, hey, let's get a good game in here and get out of this bottom 3.
Yeah, exactly. You're not too far off. Couple points. It's only a duo, though. That's the scary thing. Need to weaken them early. That task is way harder. Half as many players to rely on.
Now, yeah, you're just going to see these rotations come out. I mean, S2G need to find themselves a good solidified position, and they do, right? They have a good spot in this next circle, especially if the zone goes up north. Yeah, I think now it's time to play things a little bit slower, slow things down. You got to get to end game if you're S2G. Fights right here are way too dangerous because if you take a fight, you're getting third party, almost guaranteed. So slow it down a little bit and try to get this win because that's what you need. You need still a good amount of points here. And if you can get that win now, man, they'll be having a good solid chance in the last 3 matches.
Good to see everyone being a little bit more cutthroat with the application of how they're playing, right? It's kind of what we were saying. You got to try and run a few more risks, and taking down Godlike now presents that opportunity to rise. Let's see where the zone's going to go on it. Who will get a bit of a gift?
Dead center. Dead center here. So the S2G are still in play here. The duo from Tianba are now going to be in trouble because everyone's going to be crashing in this area. And you can see Vitality are driving right by. Everybody instantly moving on. S2G not happy with just taking that corner side. They want dead central, and they are pushing on up. Vitality now. Oh, boy. Here comes TT Project looking to punish them in the shack. Nice shots there from Niaz. And this is some desperation points on the side of TT Project. They need every single one of them.
Sitting inside the vehicles for Vitality is the only play they can make. They quickly heal themselves up and re-peek back through. Razak, star player for this squad that's been popping off in this very battleground. They're going to go for the quick pickup play, it seems. Federales runs in. Oh, the hovercraft just clipping the toes of Niaz as he gets crushed. And Razy finishes it off there. They can block some of this space as well. Hard commit to that recovery. Make sure they get back to 3 members, Jukes.
How are these guys alive?
I don't know.
This is insane. I mean, this was the worst case scenario for TT Project. Just Team Vitality said, all right, you know what? Yeah, you guys thought that we were just big chilling. No. If you're going to take us out, you got to do it quick. Now we're going to see Young Galacticos here just on the move little by little. Ida holding this compound, a strong position in this zone is exactly what they need to be doing. They got a couple eliminations early. You know, get yourselves a nice secure spot. Ensure that you get to that end game here. S2G would have 6 eliminations, which is a great start for them. They did lose 1 player, so they got to start playing very conservative here. They full committed to this position, dead center. They're like, you know what? We're going to hold the dead center, wide out in the open. We're going to secure this shack, have all our vehicles blown up. So they really, really need to hope that the zone just keeps centering on up to their position.
That's the crew taking down Hyunbin there as they're able to detonate the vehicle. And you can see it's not looking too great health-wise for Nonshin Red Force. They chip damage onto one of them, 2 of the players knocked for now. That's a bit of a spread where you got Wolves nearby, Hustler crew in position. This is the fight that's currently going down. Oh, nade inside from Slanik as Wolves get that one on target.
Let's go Wolves, man. Wolves need to do something here to keep the NA dreams, hopes alive. Wolves having one of the best substitute players on the planet in Juancho. Fortunately, we haven't seen him in the game, but he is here in the arena watching over his squad. And hopefully looking to extend their stay here just a little bit longer. 30 points, not nearly out of the danger zone yet. They need a good game to at least solidify them to that survival stage. But man, that survival stage is gonna be jam-packed here. Tianba looking like they are going to might be going to it. Alpha 7 looking headed in that direction as well. As we look at the top players, of course, we see a whole bunch of team vitality. That makes sense.
It really does. Zone crunching in once again, though. Centering up. STG, Hora, and of course the remaining members of Tianba within the area for now. Surprised Ida from distance as well when we saw that fight with Wolves and Nonshin, but they were able to steal away one more point just off the back of the encounter. This is Yangon pushing up onto TT Project. Oh, they're trying to get away in the vehicle, but they're running into another team on the hillside. It goes both ways though. Damage done. Federales from distance helping Vitality put pressure onto these squads.
You can see Young Galacticos, there's Say Cloud, all right, popping a couple shots there on the side of Vitality. I'm surprised he even shot that, considering that he's so far out of position in this circle. But now I was wondering, where is Alpha 7? When are they going to make some moves? There's Obscure getting a nice shot there onto E-Arena. That's huge for this lobby. E-Arena going out here. Shuts down one of those top players. And Tourniquet, though, last player up. Oh, devastating A7 here. Oh, and good for them, though. 7-2-1 gets that elimination. That's going to be a huge sigh of relief for the side of A7.
It's Wolves as well, making it so uncomfortable for Alpha 7 there. They thought they could take a fair fight, be able to just play a head-to-head with both squads. Doesn't work that way. Wolves keep the pressure on A7. 721 GS as well. Still stealing points here and there in these games. Darkin takes the shots up onto Fajita. You got the spam over. In the midst of all this, Vitality have finally finished what remained of TT Project. And the solo from Alpha 7 stuck in a horrific position.
Horrific is right. And the Wolves are holding the north side, wrapping all the way around to find a position in this next zone. Obscure just going to be eating a whole lot of blue damage. And this is stage 5. This one hurts. Alpha 7 just can't seem to catch a break here. Can't get anything going. And S2G, hard committing to that central spot, is working out so far. And that is, yeah, Obscure's just going to go out to blue. So that's A7. If they want to make it into the top 3, they need to win almost every single game going forward.
Impressed how good Wolves have been able to play as well with the really awkward fights they've had here. Handling themselves nicely against multiple squads. Sonic does finally fall, and he was hitting some big shots. It could be a detriment to the remainder of the Wolves roster. Yangon. Brutal position, bro. They got the smokes, limited cover, hovercraft still there.
Now we're going to see Ida. 4 players up. They took the most dominant position in the zone early, and it is working out for them. What's even working out for them more is the fact that Godlike's gone, right? Nongshim Red Force are hurt. E-Arena is out of here. Hora only have 2 players left, so, and those are really the only top 5 that matter, right? So, oh man, that's going to be really huge for the side of S2G and Ida. It opens the door. It opens the door for them to make it into the finals, but you still got to walk through it. Team Vitality, meanwhile, are applying that pressure onto Young Galacticos. It's only Smile and Romeo up left, and they are going to be stuck trying to just snake this one out and make something happen.
Nade from Smile being cooked. A few shots over from Tiamba as well, it seems. Doesn't overcommit onto chucking that one, just going to belly crawl back through the weeds and see if he can get into a good spot here. Thread the needle with a nade, get it on top of Vitality. There's the boom. Not enough to connect onto Federales. Information going both ways as well. The hovercraft coming in from Romeo to close the gap. He dives out. Quick reposition from Federales.
Now we're going to see Tianba get eliminated, so they weren't able to put up anything here. Federales looking to go ahead and make a play on a Romeo. Let's see what he can do. Does he have any? Doesn't need it! Jump headshot, baby! Through the window, through the wall. That is how you get it done.
Incredible elim on that one. But whilst Federales is celebrating, Ida's eyes light up once again. They know their job is not done. Razak takes the heat back over to Ida and puts pressure on them. Razy incredibly low in the distance. They got to go for the pickup play on Rita. They have to tuck in now.
Man, Team Vitality, 13 points. Oh, this is tough considering that these are all points everybody else needs. So they are just making this lobby that much harder here, because that's now Nongshim Red Force eliminated. So pretty dud game for our top 5, excluding Team Vitality. Aura's still alive with 2, but they haven't done much at all. And with S2G getting 8, this is a good chance. This is a good opportunity, right, for them to just continue to chug along and do a little good game of catch-up.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a bit of a sleeper journey for them today. I mean, 8 elims. Still looking like they've got a lot more to give as well. If Ida go down, that's going to be them next in line to really try and take benefit from the games they're having here. Ooh.
Ouch. Man, Team Vitality just crushing dreams non-stop here. They have the craziest day ever yesterday, and now they're just looking to crush the teams of these teams that are trying to desperately make it to the top 5. Rita, it's up to him to make it play on Federales. Ooh, saw a little pixel. Takes a little pop shot at it. And now, Federales does get knocked by 721 GS. It just leaves, I believe, Razak up left for Team Vitality.
Only one player left from Wolves now. Bora set up in the shack. There's the nade coming over. They do get the shots onto him and the nade misses, so they're fine to survive as a duo with Wolves being taken out of the running. Like you said, Vitality just down to Razak. It won't get any easier. S2G bringing the heat over to 721 GS as they'll scrap each other. So far away though, Jukes. It's not an easy gap to close. They've got to get a move on.
Yeah, now this is S2G's time. Like, honestly, S2G, you did a great job. You got to the end game. Now it's time to get aggressive. Move. You need all of these eliminations. Team Vitality is stealing all of them from you. You need all that you can get, because Godlike is out. Aura, they're getting some points on the board as well. So if you're S2G, now's your time. Are you going to make it happen, though? Because Ida is still soaking up points here.
Vitality finally full. They can get back over there and resupply off of the crates that are inside of the building. 721 GS taking a lot of damage as well. This is just the cleanup. That's all S2G need from it.
Hey, shout out to 721 GS, though. Great day today, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were in the bottom 3 looking down and out, but they put themselves at least in a running for the survival stage. Actually, they're looking pretty good for the survival stage here. Oleko gonna have to make a play for his team. Does get some sightlines onto S2G, but Solke able to make it behind that hail bale and take them out.
And again, that's another point stolen by Ida as well, with the shot we saw coming over from Darkin. One of those knocks goes his way, converted into a point. So still squeezing little bits out of this lobby as we remain with our final 3 squads. Hora down to the 2 players. Ooh, Sky's gonna buckle as well. Instant connection from Emre on the peak up. They're not slowing down, Jukes. They're just getting started.
Yeah, now Aura are out. That's the right play. Honestly, both of these teams were like, hey, Aura's that way? Yeah. Let's all focus there first, all right? And then we can deal about it later on, because we're the ones trying to get in the top 5. Aura are already there. And now a huge fight as SGG. He's got the AWF, baby. Let's see some of that late game sniper action. But what? Oh, Rita. Talk about, hey, we got barbershops here for these players, and Rita just got a haircut.
Short back and sides for Rita. Ridiculous, that one didn't connect. Woo-wee. The scope attached for max precision. Looking to punch a hole straight through them. As it comes down to 2 teams that are neck and neck towards each other. The rise we've seen from S2G. And an Ida that took that chicken dinner previously and have not slowed down. a slight advantage in terms of the battle of attrition, Jukes. It's a 4 versus 3 on the manpower.
Oh, I know we joked about that missed shot, but that was actually a really brutal miss, considering that if he would have hit that, Rita's gone, and there's no way he's getting res. It would have been a 3v2 situation. So, barely missing. That would actually have been a 3v3, would have evened things up here. So, unfortunate for that. Let's see what kind of plays you're going to make. Now, you can see Ida just slowly creeping up, pushing their back against the blue zone, and now with that snake play coming into here, one good nade could shut them down. Come on, bust out that AWM again. You got to do it. You got to hit that shot for your team and clutch things up. This is where that kind of play could really come in and make something happen.
Kamikaze taking some big hits. Emre, look at the reaction time, Jukes. He steps up, absolutely lays down the law. Spitting bullets, one by one they're being removed. Unless he can save it with the snipe, it's all over. And they're going to run him down.
Didn't really do much except for Team Vitality, right? I mean, it was a non-game for them, and that opened things up. Let's take a look at the team comp to hear what they had to say.
Nice oğlum.
Tempered celebration. They're happy, bro. They know. They've been there before, Jukes, and they're locking it down. Beautiful signs, though. It's the way as well. They actually stole so many Elim points off other teams amidst all that commotion in those fights, right? Anytime there's a third-party angle from distance, we're talking meters. They're hitting shots.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, this is what I was talking about in that last game, right? When you have such an insane clutch play, it exudes confidence in your entire squad. They believe in you as a player. They believe that it's a sign, right? It's meant to be for us to make it. And we saw that circle early on. I was like, hey, that's probably the best spot in the zone. They immediately were like, yeah, let's take that. And since they looted at Pachinki, and they took full advantage of it. What a clutch play right here. It's to catch up and be able to make it into the finals, and they're looking like they're making it happen.
Locked it down. Happy with themselves. And a pathway now. Went from being possibly impossible to now literally a reality, dudes. They're right there.
Yeah. I mean, but this is what it took. This is what it took, right? This is why we were really casting so much doubt, right? Because it took like 2 back-to-back wins to even make it a chance. They just did it, and good for them that they did it in the first half of the day, right? I mean, there's still 3 more matches left to go. That's plenty of time to really lock things down, but it's gonna be interesting to see, right, which team got knocked out of the top 5 things, right? We didn't see Tianba were able to make it.
Yeah, Tianba. So many different narratives that we're looking at here and so much more to discuss. So stick with us when we get back into it.
They're looking good, man.
Absolutely hellish for them immediately as well, right? If we're saying these kind of games where, yeah, as much as it's not barren, bottom of the bottle, not feeling like you can completely get back into it, another game goes by, suddenly you're looking at 3 matches left. If they remain in this position with their squad already falling down to only 2, and especially if you're feeding those points to a rising squad like Ida, this can't be happening.
Dude, I'm getting flashbacks, guys, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like remembering Alpha 7 being like, hey, all right, another bad game, another bad game, another, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden, boom, they are knocked out. You could just see the look on the players' faces and just not looking too happy at all. Coaches from Young Galacticos are locked in right now. They're in 8th place, 47 points. And again, that is quite a few away from that mid-place position. So yeah, if you're Young Galacticos, you're in the blue zone now. Hunting down some of these squads might be beneficial because you need a ton of eliminations. Let's see if they can find them though, as Dopeness end up battling it out with Team Vitality. Razak throwing the Molotovs in there. Lupa on fire, and he's gonna burn, baby, burn. And that's Dopeness losing one of their players here.
Dopeness trying to clash back. Eyes on the Wizard's tower. Razy goes up top to make sure they can hard flush onto Lufa. No recovery mission, but Nikita has other ideas in mind. Nearly gets up the stairs, but Razak's quick with it. And the buckshots dispatch them. Head on a swivel as well. Finds Ken G, one by one. Dopeness very quickly falling to the wayside. Nice pick up there, Dukes. They can save their mate as well. This is a bit surprising, though. S2G hard commit onto the Godlike crew, and they're gone.
Wow, what a huge finish for the side of S2G. This is their chance now. S2G's got to go for the win. Godlike getting shut out earlier is perfect for them because they are right there. 4th place, 5th. Not a crazy point gap going up from them. So 75 points is where they're staying. That's the goal to catch up to. Big opportunity. And you know, IDA saw that. You know, Aura saw that. You know, Young Galactica saw that. So let's see what they could do in this game.
Had in the group stage.
We've
had many coming on through here. Yeah, it's really nice to see, but you know, it is a classic gameplay, classic strategy that we're seeing from a couple of different teams, Nongshim being one of those, right? Where they are going into the mid-circle, there we go, mid-circle, finding a compound and then just staying there, staying put. Really, really nice to see that come on through. They wait, and then about phase 5, they start actually moving through and spreading out, trying to gain a little bit of control as well. So that's really nice to see from Ida, and I want to see it again.
It is nice to see one team that, honestly, a lot of teams got a chance to just push up the leaderboard here, especially for the middle of the pack. Godlike, they ended up being eliminated early on, right? We saw them start off hot at the beginning of the day. It has slowed down a little bit for this squad, especially considering they're currently in that contention for top 5. But it is a big opportunity, Lace. If you, Matt Neptira, if you can just stop hogging the mic and pass it on. There you go. Thank you very much. But as I was saying, Lace, it's a big opportunity for some of these other squads to be able to jump up that leaderboard. One of them being none other than 721.
Honestly, it's been such a ride watching this team, and by that, I mean they are making micro adjustments mid-game. Still, though, getting a little caught out. I mean, and this is from the likes of, like, I gotta chuck in S2G there as well, because they're literally holding this front position against 721 on the north side. And they were at about like a three player part, and it's just unfortunate 721 aren't sort of making these, like, I guess, minor adjustments to have that line of sight on them. And I mean, they're getting caught out by these massive split holds from these teams. But yeah, I've got to add S2G there into the mix because they are performing incredibly well.
I feel like you've been supporting 721 a lot today. Yesterday was Vitality. Can you support Nongshim Red Force? Just for no particular reason.
They don't need to be supported extra.
Juju.
I'll take extra points for them. I don't care.
So
can you just say, Lace, can you just say Hyunbin one time for us, please?
Hyunbin?
Okay, there you go. That's an extra 15 eliminations for Hyunbin today.
Guys, I have a reverse caster curse, by the way. Did you know that?
That's called a blessing.
Yeah. I call it a reverse caster curse for everyone at home. But yeah, who just PayPal me.
We'll hit you up.
You especially you, Max. Okay, we might find a good rhythm here, especially if you're able to curse a team, she'll uncurse them, and then you and I, Neptira, will try to curse them again. But for some of the other teams, a big surprise.